Here's your first alert forecast with meteorologist Alex Searle.
Well, we're seeing some quiet conditions right now on your Comanche Nation Entertainment Tower cam. Can't quite see that the sky yet, but there isn't really much cloud coverage at all across Texoma. So we're going to have blue skies once that sun does start to pop out a little more than an hour and a half away from now. The big story is as a front moves in today, we're going to see a little bit of a windy a day across the area. Here's a look at your day ahead. Temperatures this morning going to drop down to a low of right around 59 degrees, and then we'll warm up, but it's not going to be as fast as a warm up with that front moving in. 76 degrees by 11 a.m. and then the mid 80s this afternoon. I do expect most of us to stay out of the 90s, that's what we got to yesterday, high of 93 degrees. So about a 5-degree drop off. Skies will stay sunny all day. Then those winds really going to pick up by the time we get to the late morning, early afternoon out of the northeast, about 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then we could even see gusts a little bit higher than that as well. Looking at the potential wind gust here at 6 a.m., about 10 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts. And as that front continues to move towards the south and east, the later morning hours, wind gusts will peak right around 25 to maybe even up to 30 mile per hour wind gusts for some areas up more in northwestern Texoma. So going to be a bit breezy outside. It's not enough to meet any like wind advisory criteria or anything, but it will probably be noticeable if you walk out the door throughout the late morning and early afternoon hours. But later on in the day, winds will start to come down a little bit around 4 or 5 p.m. The wind gusts will start to quiet back down to about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So just a breezy Tuesday overall. Still going to see mostly sunny skies, but with that northern wind coming into the area, we will see eventually those dew points start to drop a little bit, which dew point temperature, direct measure of the moisture in the atmosphere. So as those dew points come down and as those winds pick up, it will create a little bit more of a favorable fire risk for mainly northern Texoma. We do have an elevated fire risk concern for today in the afternoon and early evening hours. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Probably not the best day to be using any kind of fire outdoors, with more favorable conditions for a wildfire to spread if one were to start outside. So be watching out for that. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. The high of 86 degrees today. Not going to last long with that cool front, because we're back in the 90s on Wednesday. And then going into the weekend, we're going to continue to see some highs in the mid 90s. We will eventually, though, cool back down next week into the 80s once again, with kind of a secondary front on the 7-day forecast Sunday. That one's a little more unclear, so we'll be keeping an eye on that and let you guys know the latest details as we learn more.